Alright, it is patch notes time. Now, the last update was huge, and I think this update, is a bit smaller, but there are some interesting things that I would like to talk about. So, Corporation Outpost Operation. Capsuleers can now operate Corporation Outposts and Corporation Citadels to participate in defensive operations. After obtaining the combat authorization for the Citadel, tap the control button in the station interface to operate the Corporation Outpost. The operation method is the same as the Capsuleer Outpost. This authorization can be granted to multiple members, but only one can control the Citadel at a time. The new operator will replace the previous one. Compared to Capsuleer Outposts, Corporation Outposts and Corporation Citadels have stronger power output with better locking and combat capabilities. Now, I would actually say that we might see keep stars added in this month. If we do see keep stars being added, that's definitely a big confirmation that we will get Titans on the anniversary. Maybe both will be added at the same time, that's also an option. But it is July now, and we are a month away from the anniversary of the game. Well, I mean, I say a month and I believe like 13 days, so it is going to be a important month, and there should be a major update in July of this year. Enhanced structure modules. Developed based on standard structure modules, they are suitable for Corporation Outpost fittings and include a total of 3 types of missiles and 3 types of electronic warfare equipment. The power grid requirement for enhanced structure modules is much greater than that of the standard type. Correspondingly, their firepower, strength and range are significantly increased. How to obtain manufacturing based on the blueprint purchased from the market. Okay, so it seems like a update focused on the structures this time around. New Spatial Rift filaments. Added Homeward 1 Spatial Rift Filament 3. The special structure of this filament allows it to bypass cargo hold restrictions, enabling the use of the Expedition Series filament to enter the Kalevala Expanse even when it's stored in the cargo hold. This new type of filament can capture the signal fluctuation from the last traversal through a spatial rift, allowing the precise return to the departure system after use. However, it takes longer to construct the route compared to the ordinary models. How to obtain buy directly from the market. I would also say and add that this filament will also be obtainable from exploration. They usually are also obtainable via exploration, so could be also one exploration item, which so far I have been a fan of the stuff added for exploration, since it increased the overall loot value per exploration run, especially if you find the new items that have been added. Balance adjustment. Loot crates in the Kalevala Expanse will no longer drop Expedition Series filaments. Common models can now be purchased from the markets in all regions controlled by drone factions. Other pirate factions in Hill Space sub-routes will no longer spawn. If a Capsuleer's ISK balance is negative, they will not be able to accept encounter missions. For a capital remote repair module, the large material of its reprocessed products have been adjusted to extra large materials. The maximum limit for anchoring similar corporation affiliated structures has been increased to 25. Now, this is an interesting one. Specifically that negative ISK. Now, if you've been wondering, well, how does someone get negative ISK? Well, in the past, you were able to get negative ISK, and again, you don't want negative ISK, but if you did do a contract scam, or if you did let's say, abuse a certain mechanic on the market, price fluctuations, and things like that. Basically, abusing a bug into make it short. It would be penalized by reducing the amount of ETH that you gained. So if you, let's say, make 10 billion via some weird transactions, then the 10 billion would be deducted from you. And if it happens that you have spent those 10 billion on something else, well, it will give you a negative ETH balance. So one of the ways how players used to counter that, or should I say fix that, was by, I guess, running encounter missions, but now that's no longer the case, apparently. The remote repair module, I guess it's okay. The Capsuleer change is also, I would say, is decent. Now, Nihil Space subroute, I don't know how to feel about that one. Because I kind of always felt like the Nihil's subroutes were interesting. And I believe the subroutes did have a chance to, give you some PvP opportunity. One thing I kind of wish that they did with the Nihilus routes is to make them all interconnected, right? So you enter through one and then you have gates within the Nihilus space, and technically you could be able to use them to traverse long distances via a couple jumps. Similar to what wormholes are, but not exactly wormholes. Again, the Nihilus space overall needs to be kind of reworked, because it is a very interesting system, definitely a very interesting concept. I just feel like it is way too small and way too limited in its current form. If it did have a system similar to the wormholes, then I would say that would be pretty fun. Of course, it is not going to be like actual wormholes, that's something else, but I would say it would definitely be something very interesting to play around with. And there is the Conquer Pass, some optimizations, and a lot of bug fixes this time around. Okay, there were some problems with the bomb launchers, although I haven't really seen them. But yeah, overall, a decent little update. I don't see much to complain about here, honestly. I mean, maybe this part where it's talking about the negative ETH balance, but I guess you should not be getting negative ETH balance in the first place. Now there was that site, the official Chinese site that I usually like to go to. I haven't seen anything major yet. I have been kind of camping it, expecting to see some Titan stuff there. And speaking of Titans, if they are coming, as I already mentioned, keep stars should be added. And it is, well, I'm reading this on the 2nd of July basically, so is there time for Titans to be launched? Yeah, there is. The anniversary is still a month away, and I would say the change to structures that we see here might be a precursor to the new structures being also added, keep stars and stuff like that. So maybe that's the case. Maybe not. I mean, anything is possible. Most of us who have been following the updates for a while now know that Titans are kind of behind schedule, a year behind schedule. Original plan to be released last year, but cancelled. So this might be it. This year might be the year where we get Titans in this game. But all in all, so far I would say it wasn't. I mean, wasn't that bad so far. The last update was definitely the best one. I said that I will reserve the final conclusion, but the last update was definitely my favorite. with the bombs, with the bomber battleships and stuff, with the marauders to be more accurate, since the bomber battleships are technically marauders. But yeah, last update was amazing, was really good. Not in its entirety perfect, but the last update was definitely one of the better updates that we have seen so far, and we will see what this month will bring us. We can expect a big update. That's something I can definitely ensure you. It's going to be a eventful July and probably a eventful August. I would actually say August might be wild, since it's the anniversary. Who knows what we will get? I don't want to jinx anything, so I'm going to keep most of the comments to myself here. But I really hope that it ends up being pretty decent. So, tell me what you think about what's potentially coming in July. I'm very curious to see what players think. What's the next big thing? Do you expect Titans? Do you expect Keep Stars? Do you expect something different? I'm very curious to see what you guys think about that. But with that being said, fly safe. Well, stay safe, fly safe, and as always, I'll see you next time.